All right, Georgia Tech golf headed to Las Vegas this week to play in the Southern Highlands Collegiate Masters. Typical third tournament on your schedule, Coach. Kind of give us an update on your team. You've shuffled the lineup a little bit for this one. Talk about where you are at this point.
Well, I think we're still way up in the air as to who our best five players are. I guess that could be is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not really sure. But going to play both freshmen in the starting lineup for the first time this year. So that'll be different. It's a great test for everyone. It's a great bar to kind of evaluate your team kind of halfway through the spring. Arguably, I think maybe 1 through 12 or something like that's going to be there. And the golf course is great and the home team's good. So it'll be a great test for everybody.
This event might be the toughest field the whole year. Outside of the NCAA championship, you've got 12 out of the top 13, I think, if I read that right, and the three teams that aren't are like 27, 32, and 35. So and couple that with maybe the toughest golf course you'll play on. I mean, would that be a fair assessment of this?
That's more than a fair assessment,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really an opportunity to kind of look beyond the score.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity to really find out if a guy can hang in there or not. Because it's a long 6 hours. The rounds are long. The golf course is set up really difficult. And, it's a great chance to look into a guy's heart and his soul and see if he's a guy who's hard to discourage. And that's why we continue to go there. We have not played well there lately. Is that because we haven't played well or the field's so good? Probably a little bit of both. If you don't play well, you get run over. But we've never shied away from that. And so it's a great chance for some guys. This group's never seen it. We took last year off and went to Southern California instead. So it'll be new for everyone, and it'll be very, very entertaining and interesting to see how each of those five guys deal with something that's really, really difficult.
Given that this group has not seen that golf course, what have you done in your preparations here with your qualifying and your practice and all that to get them a taste?
Well, it's something, we obviously we played with the weather not being all that great this weekend, so it's a similar situation of just struggling against adversity. Obviously we're going to have to get a lot done in the practice round because no one's seen it, so those 5 hours will be pretty critical to give them an idea of, it's a golf course where you have to look at the whole location sheet before you tee off. Because depending on where the flag is depending on what you use on par 5s, what you use on par 4s, and we don't get a chance to do a lot of that. It's very much a U.S. Open type experience, which forces a guy to think and play one shot at a time, and all the things that you try to teach and help your guys as they move forward. Is you got to learn how to deal with that. So you hope it's an everyday thing of what you're doing, but it is just a function of learning to be tough when adversity strikes.
What's probably the most key thing that a player has to have to play that golf course well, and how does the skill set of your guys that are going match that?
You got to drive it in a fairway, which we can do. I think one of the hardest thing for a young player to do is in the U.S. Open type experience is they hide the first 6 pins on you in the corners. They're concrete and you can't get at them. So you're smart and you're patient and you play away and you play away and you 3-putt twice because your skills on the greens aren't what they're supposed to be, and at that point you just throw caution to the wind and go, if I want to make bogeys, I'm just going to go with the flag. So it's, can you be patient, and there's a way to play the golf course where you just wait and you wait and you wait, and then you have your opportunity to hit one in there. But do you have the skill set to chip the ball and lag putt the ball to the point where you can play away until it's your time? And a lot of guys don't have that. So we'll find out if we do or we don't. Obviously, the facilities that we get to use, we play fast greens, we play hard greens. We should be ready to go do that. But it's emotionally, when you play away from a flag and you hit it in the middle of the green and you putt to the corner and you 3-putt, it's really hard to walk off to the next tee and go, that was really a great plan. You just made a bogey in their mind. They're so attached to score that that's the hard part.
Right. But in your early tournaments where there were a lot of low score shot, this is not a golf course that's probably going to give those up.
No, and if you think about the fall, the two that we won here in town, Crabapple was not a tear 'em up deal, and neither was the stuff at the golf club. So the two hardest facilities that we played have been our two best tournaments, and so we'll see if that holds true again.
Right. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.